I've wanted to have Kirk on the podcast for a while.
Yeah.
The secret of Kirk.
The secret sauce. So everyone listening, everyone watching, this is Kirk Lepiten. He is my editor. But
Is that how you say your last name?
Kirk Lepiten.
Is it Lepiten?
yeah.
I mean, no, I've said my whole life Lepiten, right? But
Okay. So that wasn't.
but now I have to say Lepiten.
Not because of me.
No. I just wasn't sure.
Get out of here. I don't even like calling you my editor. We've talked about that. I think we were talking about it on Friday, because he just does a lot more, and we have a lot more fun. And it's, I don't know. When I feel like you're just my editor, it like demeans all of the art and effort that he puts into the brand. So this
and Kirk does a lot.
This is my friend, fellow shooter, editor, partner in crime in the channel. And welcome to the podcast.
What's up? I'm Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
On the bridge.
I love your guys' pirate brand. It's so good. And people freaking love it too. Holy crap.
The pirate brand, yeah. So it all started because one of our friends, Bruno, used to come up the stairs all the time, and he'd see Kirk sitting there and be like, "What's up, Captain?" And he's like, it's Captain Kirk. Like, so then he would call him and he'd be like, "On the bridge." And then one day we always joke about, like, what do we joke about? Putting the sauce on an edit?
Yeah. Whenever the video's 90% done, right? It's like, it needs
a
something
little-
more. I'm like, I'll put some sauce on it.
And then one day I was like, let's make actual sauce and call it Captain Kirk's.
And it's actually good.
Yeah.
Like
So
you
good.
gave me a bottle the other week, and I used like it's like I have like specific sauces for specific purposes.
Oh, for sure.
But it is a multi-purpose good sauce that I find like sriracha and that kind of stuff. I just use your sauce way more often.
Destroys sriracha.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's very
So
impressive.
long story short, we made a hot sauce, and then I have this little pirate brand,
Not just an editor, a hot sauce maker.
Designer. He designs. We just put out a sticker pack that Kirk designed.
That's like your secret weapon, I feel like, your design power skills. Like,
yeah, tell us about your background and how you got into being able to draw and all of that stuff.
Well, I don't know, because video editing was never like the first career pursuit of mine, right?
What was the first thing?
I don't know, but
Billiards.
that's another story. I took 3 years of architecture school, but growing up always just drew in class, right? Just drawing. So I would say I'm artsy.
What made you go to architecture? Like,
Parents.
right? Yeah.
My dad, mom, civil engineer, and plus, I'm like, is there a balance between engineering and art?
Yeah.
Architecture.
You need a real job, Kirk.
that
Drawing isn't going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Creative
Art.
stuff, it's not going to get you anywhere.
You can't make a living with card tricks.
So then did you actually graduated architecture?
No, I did 3 years of that, moved here to Canada, right? And then here in Canada, I'm like, ooh, so many more options. What can I do? Went to film school for 1 year, didn't like it.
Wait, hold on. Wait, rewind.
There's a long story
Where
here.
did you do architecture? You studied in the
I'm just gonna get
Philippines?
comfy.
Where did you study?
Architecture school in Philippines.
Oh, you studied in the
Yeah,
Philippines. I didn't know that. I thought you moved when you were like younger.
No, I moved here when I was a young man.
Hey, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have like any accent. Like okay, I'm married to a Filipino. Like, so I know the accent
There's a
pretty well.
Filipino accent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't have. I've never heard.
Well, I tried to suppress it, but my wife always like, you have an accent. I'm
You
like,
have an
what?
I mean, people tell
say-
me I have an accent. They're like always like, "Oh, you have an interesting accent."
I think it's like
"Wait, what?"
anything though. When you first meet someone, you can hear distinctively the way they speak. Sounds maybe different from something you're used to, but you spend more time with them. And now, if someone was like, "Matty has an accent," I'm like, no, he doesn't. But when I first saw you on a video, I was like, "Oh yeah, this dude clearly has an accent."
Okay, back to Kirk's story.
Yeah.
All right.
So you moved. How old were you when you moved to Canada?
18?
18. Interesting.
19?
Okay.
Something around that age. Yeah.
And then you're like, "This is the land of the free. I'm going to go to film school."
I
Is
have
that-
so many options. Film school.
That's cool.
So expensive. Didn't like any of it.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was fun. Met few people. Good times, right? But everything I know now, I didn't learn in film school.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
You'd learn from YouTube too.
Yeah.
Same. Everything from the internet.
On YouTube.
Modern day film school.
I was in like Bible college, sitting in class, watching tutorials. Like that's how I started my filmmaking. I still laugh that I'm a YouTuber with a bachelor's in theology. That's like a boast.
That's such a great title.
I should put that on like my banner, YouTube banner.
100%.
Matti Apoya, bachelor's in theology.
Holding a Bible with like the YouTube play button. That just felt wrong to say. I don't know why.
So what happened after film school then? You quit film school?
No, I finished 1 year. It's
okay.
like a foundation program.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not doing this again. I don't like to film stuff is fun, but I don't like the process of like film sets, producers, film and YouTube was still up and coming, or at least the filmmaking part of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But what I got into, my first job was in After Effects, making title sequences, and I didn't even know After Effects then, but I still got the job, right? I learned
until
on the
you
job.
make it.
That's how it is, right?
Oh my gosh!
I knew After Effects, I just didn't like it or wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
But of course, a job's a job. I learned, and I'm amazing at it. I think
you are.
You're
very good.
That's what got me here, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's interesting how like I think. Well, I don't know if everybody goes to this phase where you just like, I don't really know how to do anything. And then you just like, you get interested in something and then you fake it until you make it. And you like, when I started doing like bigger commercials, or not bigger, but like commercials for bigger companies. Like I was on this Energizer shoot with Mark Bone. It was like my first, this is a legit client. And I didn't know how to turn on the C300. I literally didn't know how to turn on the camera. Like it was like I was I knew how to film and stuff, and I knew about a little about lighting and stuff, but I literally did not know how to turn that camera off. I'd ask Mark, I'm like, hey, I know this is kind of awkward.
Where's the switch?
Yeah, where do you turn it on? But that's the same thing with you. You just.
Yeah, my first day on the job was like, here, I did this title sequence, and then for my monitor, it was like a 42-inch TV, like right here, and I was like, okay. So my first day is just looking up tutorials on the
Video
job.
Copilot.
Yes.
What's a title sequence? Video Copilot. Andrew Kramer's done.
Andrew Kramer here with
Exactly.
videocopilot.net.
The original good tutorial.
The OG.
That's what I learned. I got interested in filmmaking and I started watching After Effects tutorials.
Yeah. We've all been there with his friend Sam.
Yeah, it's so good. So you started then working for what was the company? Like an animation place, or what was?
No, that was just like I would say a broadcasting station back in BC. That was another story too. That was in BC. Now I'm here in Toronto. This one here is a different story. So when I moved here, I worked for let's say a business consulting firm, and there's a film making department there. So we just make pitch videos for companies.
Why do you say let's say? Is this like some secret? Were you working for like the government or something? Let's say
privacy is everything. I respect it.
Yeah, no, it's just like it sounded so like. Let's just call it a bank. It was a bank.
We met at an undisclosed location.
Let's just say it was Toronto. It was Toronto.
I'm not at liberty to discuss this.
Yeah. And let's say his name was Tom. It was Tom. His name was Tom.
I have a secret past.
Yeah. And so you started working for this company in Toronto then.
Yeah, so I worked for that company, and then during that time, I was actually watching YouTube on YouTube. I was like, oh, that looks so much fun.
And then I don't know if people know this part of the story, but I was looking for an editor. So me and Peter were sharing this office. We had our desks over there, and I was like, I think I need an editor. And you weren't even considering editors at that point. You're like, no, I do everything myself.
Don't care.
Yeah. And I was like, I think I'm going to get an editor because I think I can get more done and it'll be more fun and it'll make videos better. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put it out there. It'll be fun to put it on the channel and see what kind of people are watching my stuff and if there's an editor that could come and work for me. And I was like, okay, cool. Put it out there. And it was tons of really talented people. And you, Kirk, were easily top 5. I would say you were in the top 2 for me. Mm-hmm. And in the end, so I ended up choosing Matt. You guys probably know him, ex-editor Matt, who just got followed by Justin Bieber on Twitter.
I saw that.
What is that? What is that? He makes first of all, he made a TikTok. I think it was a TikTok or Insta story or something for David Dobrik. That's pretty impressive, I think. And then now he's getting followed by Justin Bieber. All this happens when I fire somebody. Tyler, you're fired. So I ended up going with Matt. And my reasoning back then, at least, I'm sure it would be different now. My reasoning back then was that I think Matt was a little bit more of like a combo of a shooter and editor, like kind of an all-in-one. You were definitely better at editing, I think, at least back then. And maybe you are still. I don't know. Maybe we have to have an editing battle. You guys have very different strengths. So I ended up going with Matt, and then unfortunately I had to say to you, like, you didn't get chosen. But then it was like, I don't know, how many months? It wasn't even long after.
So I didn't want an editor until I saw the video he made for you.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I tried to push you in the direction of Matt.
Is this what you were talking about?
That's what I've always kind of felt a little bad at it, because I distinctly remember standing over your shoulder, watching Kirk's video, thinking, I need this guy. And telling you, it's okay. The other guy really suits you. Like that guy.
Was I influenced? I don't think I was. But
I kind of feel you might have been. There was some neuro-linguistic programming suggestion.
Oh my goodness,
there was
that's hilarious.
I was definitely nudging you in the direction I felt would benefit me.
He's a magician, right? So,
Honestly, I probably, maybe I didn't notice it at the time, but I could tell when you're trying to manipulate. I know you well enough.
Not that I do it all the time.
Not that you do it all, but there's
Sometimes
times
it's
where
involuntary.
you have, this is the best form of manipulation. You're trying to incept something into other people's mind because you have, you want something, or you want something done, or you want something to happen
Because
your way.
magic.
And so you start incepting. I love watching it to other people, but then apparently I've been a victim.
You make it sound like I'm a manipulator. Clarify, I am not.
I think
This is
everybody
not-
manipulates situations, and not in a bad way. It's like, okay, this is what I think is best, so I need to
How do I
use
spin
this
this or
situation.
whatever.
But this was clear manipulation.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Matty.
If that's but I don't think, even if you said, I think Kirk is the better editor, then at least I think I would have still gone with Matt at the time.
I think you were already too far gone with how strong my force field of manipulation was. I remember saying to you, like,
early.
"Oh, that guy's got it red. He's pretty good at shooting. He suits your style a bit more. Kirk's a bit goofy. It's like it's a fun edit, but it doesn't really suit your channel at all. And I just feel like it would be like, that's the kind of editor that would work better for me, as an example." Can I get his email?
But I think that is true. Like, I think you're much more of you're more of a performer.
Yeah.
I'm not a performer. And I think, Kirk, your skills work better, best with a performer.
It worked out.
Yeah, I think it worked out really well for us. Now, I did fire Matt, but that was for different reasons, I think,
Yeah.
which we can get into also. But so that was, so you tell your, so you were literally manipulating me, and then,
yeah, it was. Yeah.
and then you hired him.
Yeah.
You just I remember when you
Stole
asked me
him.
for his email, you're like, hey, I think I'm going to get an editor. So you had been thinking about this for a while.
Oh, I saw his video and I thought, well, that guy's awesome. I love that guy. I feel like he would be good for my channel and what I do, and the direction that I want to go, like more
And
comedy
I
and
think that's
lighthearted
true.
and funny and stuff like that. Where
You want to
weren't-
do more skits.
You weren't
and
doing
stuff
that
like
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you were in my videos doing it with me.
Yeah, you
being
were forcing
forced
me in
to act.
the whatever ice hotel.
That was a great video.
That was a great video.
Which, by the way,
It's not fun making it. It was kind of.
it went viral like several months ago out of nowhere. It had about 300,000 views on it. And
That's
then,
so random.
And then suddenly it was at like 4 million.
What?
I don't know.
YouTube algorithm. It's always
Yeah.
surprising. I love it.
So he came on and started editing the videos. So
So at one point we were all in this office, which is it's not small, but it's not big either. You and me, and then our editors in this small space.
Out in the hallway.
I always felt
What was
bad
that
for you
like?
guys.
What was what like?
editing next to the bathroom. That's all the space we had.
that was what we had to work with.
It was fine. Like, no complaints, right?
You guys had a big desk still and everything.
Yeah, big desk. It was nice and clean.
It was. I'm curious. Was it nice? Would you, if you could choose, like not talking about personalities and stuff, would it have been nicer to be by yourself there, or was it nice having like Matt there or another editor there that like you're working on different things, obviously, but like it was like.
I mean, it was nice him being there too, because you're like, all right, I'm in a work mode, right? As long as Matt wouldn't be over my shoulder constantly, like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah,
right. It's fine.
Hey, what's that?
Yeah,
what was that thing?
It's fine.
Yeah. It feels so weird even thinking about that era of us all being in here.
That was just a few months ago.
Yeah, not even long ago.
No, it was a year. It was like almost over a year ago.
No, that's not true.
We moved in January.
You were paying me rent in like what? I don't know, when was the end of the summer last summer? No, I guess that is like a year then.
Almost.
Oh my gosh, Corona time.
Yeah.
Corona just skipped the time for.
It was literally like
Oh right, 6 months
over
passed.
a year.
Whoops.
Oh whoa.
I was just going to sit here and let you guys figure it out. I'll wait.
Oh man.
But in that time, like I would say, yeah, it's been fun watching you develop too as an editor. Because the first few videos we did were rough.
It was a
You've
rough
gotten
time.
a lot better.
Oh, thank you.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Like if, like I would, no offense to Matt, I think you are the better editor. I think Matt might be better at filming and other things also, but like if just head-to-head editing, I think you're the better editor. Like you have more skills, like the animation and then also you're like you have a good sense of style. I think like I think that comes from like your creative drawing and graphic design, whatever. Like you understand like style, really, or maybe it's Peter's direction. I don't know.
No, I think like I give Kirk like complete freedom as to what he wants to do.
I am in total control.
Yeah. But there are
Do
still
this now, Peter.
I would still say though, it's not entirely hands off. Like how would
No.
you describe it? Like we still collaboratively edit
Yeah, for
together
sure.
in the same room all the time.
Yeah.
Now you hid Kirk for a long time, or kept him a secret.
I just didn't think so. Like people are weird online, and you've seen comments. You got the comments too. Like I don't watch this channel to watch someone else edit these videos. I watch it to watch you edit the channel or edit the videos. So I didn't think it needed to be a point that was made into something. Not everything needed to be made content and videos out of. We're just gonna keep making videos. It doesn't matter how they're being made or who's making them. It wasn't until we started doing more of the pirate stuff that I started showing Kirk more. And when we got to our new office, showing his space and his personality a little bit more. And even still, you don't do it a whole lot, but
It's not needed.
But you're not hiding because you were literally like you wouldn't like I wouldn't film like Kirk. You wouldn't film like we would avoid his little area.
yeah, just
It
because
was like
I didn't think there was a point to it. We actually tell them what we did and how many videos did we do it in?
Have you ever said this, by the way?
What?
On the channel or anywhere? What you're about to say?
I don't know. Have we?
I don't think so.
Well, you can tell.
Are you want to do? Is this like
Is this
this is like a podcast of revealing secrets right here?
I don't know how many
2
times.
years of secrets?
Secret.
I don't know how many times we did it. You might remember because you did it.
I'm not sure. I think 10 to 20. Like it's a big range, but somewhere around that. But yeah, whenever I'd edit a video, I'd hide my name, Kirk Lepiten, throughout the video. Like if there was that sign up front, Main Street, I'd erase the Main Street sign and put my name, Lepiten, on it, right?
It's such a good Easter
Or
egg.
on the back of like my chair when it would spin around, or it would glitch somewhere, or he'd hide it. I remember I did one thing where I like turned a fake dial when you were doing like a hologram stuff or whatever, and you had Lepiten Industries like rotating with it, hidden in like the code. Yeah, we got pretty creative with it.
Yeah, I like that. It's funny. It's like those little things that people would never know, but you guys literally spent time on.
We did other things like when I was vlogging and people would be like, who's Peter's editor? There were times when I just have him walk by me on the sidewalk when we were vlogging.
Yeah.
So that I could eventually make this video and be like, you guys have been wondering who my editor was, but he's been in 100 videos and his name has been in almost every video. And he's walked by me here. I walked into Cardinal Press. He was sitting at the coffee table here. Yeah.
But then you never made that video.
Never made it.
You just didn't want to, or you just
I think we just like stopped doing it.
Yeah, we just moved on.
Yeah. I guess we just weren't psyched.
And then
on-
he started being in the videos. And there
Then
were
I did
times
too.
like you filmed the majority of the the bucket shot, right? No?
Yeah,
the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, bucket shot.
But yeah, and your name is on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
People still don't get
people
it. It's
don't-
like
people don't
shot
face
and
it.
edited by Kirk Lepiten.
I wonder who his editor is.
Yeah. yeah. I think people don't really care, to be
Yeah.
honest, because I didn't make a deal about it. I wasn't
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
introducing my editor.
Everything is going to change on this channel
Yeah,
now.
because I think when you do it that way, it
Yeah.
makes it seem like I've given up the creative side. Is this moving up?
Your microphone is
You can
getting
see,
away
I was
from you.
I was like, oh my goodness. Like, what
It's
the
like,
heck
what is
going
it
on?
going?
People think, sorry, if you're listening, the microphone's starting to move and it's getting weird. I think people think I like if I made a big deal out of it and did that it's like Peter McKinnon's giving up the creative side of his channel and
Yeah.
now someone else is in control of it. But
Yeah.
it's not like that at all.
No.
But it's really, so I was I think the first one who initiated the idea of like, I'm going to get an editor. And then I think you grew to the idea pretty quickly too, or maybe you already had it, but you didn't talk about it. Manipulation. And then I had Matt as my editor for, what was it, like 2 years or something, year and a half or something like that. And then Corona hit. And then, well, first of all, we were on lockdown, so we couldn't be really in like the same space, whatever. So then I just started, and then at that point I was making like more vlog style videos, not as much like tutorials and stuff. And I was really enjoying editing. I hadn't edited really any videos for a long time. And I was just like, this is fun. Like I was coming up with new ideas and things, and the video turned out completely different than I thought it would, or I imagined it, just because I, saw the edit and I was tweaking things and whatever. And I think if Matt would have edited it, it would have come out very different, not necessarily worse, but I think it was even more me. Plus I was just enjoying it more. And then another thing I noticed was that I, at least, started filming different things because I knew that only I was going to look at this footage. So I started filming a lot more like just like family hangouts and stuff like that, which
I get that,
most of it doesn't go into the videos or the vlogs. So a little bits of it might here and there, but I film much more because it's like also memory. It's like a reason for me to film these memories and like Kai growing up, Coco growing up. And so like I found myself really enjoying it. It's a lot of time and effort. And then I realized that like, I've always thought that Matt would someday, so Matt used to be a Viner, right? He had like 700,000 followers on Vine. So I always thought he would eventually transition to YouTube doing it himself. And this was just like the perfect opportunity to test something I want to try out. And like, I still pay him a salary, right? So he has like kind of like a dream thing right now where I pay him a salary and he gets to make YouTube videos right now. And hopefully eventually it'll pay back. You'll pay back the salary somehow. But yeah, I've really been enjoying editing now. Like I missed it. I don't. You edit some stuff still, right?
I still edit stuff, and I think like I said, like we work together enough that it feels like I'm editing sometimes with you.
Yeah.
I think you're more hands-on. I think maybe that was my mistake, that I wasn't as hands-on always. So I didn't feel like I would kind of just do like the last, like make sure it's my style, make sure there's no like things that I wouldn't do. Maybe a B-roll section I might have to completely re-edit because it was just like, okay, this isn't how I would do it. And I would redo that. But like, I don't think I was as hands-on as you are.
Well, I don't know. How would you describe it? Because sometimes there's lots of involvement. Sometimes there's none. Like, how would you describe me being hands-on?
It's not that you're talking over my shoulder editing kind of thing, but you're directing, I would say, right? As a director would. You have a vision, you have a direction, and you just tell me what you want and I'll execute.
Yeah.
Right? It's not you're holding my mouse. Can you move that playhead a bit? Right? But yesterday's video, you're like, oh, just one frame, because that was about drums. But other than that, you're just directing most vlogs.
I have a good ear for what were we doing yesterday? What was it?
We're just lining up drum hits with the actual track.
Yeah. So it's
It's
like,
just
it's
off
off by
frame.
it's
Yeah.
off by a frame.
Yeah.
Go
On the
like,
same.
yeah.
It drives me nuts
Yeah.
if it's just a little bit off the beat.
Yeah, so I'd say we have a good flow with that, and then there's times too where, like I said, complete freedom. Like if he does something that I didn't think of, which he does all the time, I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Keep that in there. Or I might be like, nah, it doesn't really work.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think back then it just seemed so logical to hire an editor. That's like, obviously that makes the most sense. But now, because I know I really like the editing part, I want to hire somebody else, like somebody that could help with filming, maybe just like starting the edit and then like, like putting all the footage in there, project files ready to go. And then I can just start. And like things like Instagram, I think I just really neglect Instagram because I just don't have enough time. So like, I'd love to make content for Instagram or for TikTok and this kind of stuff. So I feel like I want to hire like more of a photographer, filmmaker who can also edit a little bit.
I still enjoy doing a lot of that, right? So
yeah.
What do
You've always been a photographer more than I have, at least.
What do you like? What's your preference as far as like editing goes? Like what are your favorite videos to edit for me?
It's a good question.
That's a very big question, right? Because I edit a lot of stuff from vlog, tutorials, and films. I feel very differently about each video. Tutorials are easy. I could just space out.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you want to do a tutorial, let's do it.
You can film and edit one in one day, basically.
Yeah. And
it posts same day, easy.
Yeah.
it's quick and boring, but sometimes it's easy and it's like, I like it sometimes. I just like phase out and just go in the zone.
Yeah.
Right. Vlogs are more involved. Vlogs are harder, I would say, because you tend to talk a lot, right? End of the day or first thing in the morning, like dump this card, 2 hours of footage. I want 6-minute vlog. I'm like,
you talk for an hour.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, cut it down.
no, but that's how we work, right?
Yeah.
And films are amazing. The very rewarding to finally finish a film, but starting one is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a big blank slate. I'm like, the bucket shot, the mountains won't remember me. Here's hours and hours of footage on red cameras, like
Angels and Airwaves.
Feels good.
Angels and Airwaves. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's something else.
How many hours of Angels and Airwaves do you have?
I don't know. I haven't looked through all of
Like
it.
15 plus?
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay, I want to make a correction. I enjoy editing vlogs. I do not enjoy editing tutorials. And if I had to do a big project like that, I would kind of enjoy it, but it would also stress the crap out of it. Even my Being series, it takes me forever to do it because I'm just so picky, and I'll work on it and work on it and work on it, and then I have to do other stuff. So like I never get I need 5 days straight of just looking at this thing and making it perfect, and I never have that.
We did The Mountains Won't Remember Me in less than 7 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The rough cut.
Yeah.
For his perspective, 7 days.
No, but that's what it took you 7. But it took you 7 days to rough cut it, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
and then what do we do? Like 1 day
Another
of sitting
a lot of
together?
10 days
A lot of tweaking.
for tweaking.
And then then it was like that shot needs to end sooner or those types of things.
Yeah. I think vlogs, I remember, I don't know where, I think Casey at one point, Casey Neistat said I could never have somebody edit my vlogs. And I was kind of like BS, that's just, bad leadership or you not being good to work with or something like that in that area. But now I totally understand that. I understand his viewpoint. I don't think it's 100% true, but I also enjoy filming, making, and editing my vlogs much more than if somebody else was editing them. But I haven't done really tutorial. It's weird. I haven't really done any tutorials for months.
Yeah.
I think I did one about fixing the Premiere colors, how to get the export to look the same. Other than that, Corona really just changed things for me in a way. And it also made me reevaluate what do I actually want to do in life? I'm not a big spender, and I don't need fancy things. I don't need to make more money. I don't more subs. It's cool to be able to make these videos for people, but it doesn't actually change my life in any way if I have 800,000 subs or 900,000 subs. And so I'm constantly just now thinking about what do I really want to do with my life, with my channel? What at the end of, this is maybe morbid, but at the end of my life, when I'm on my deathbed, what am I going to regret and what am I going to be happy about? Am I going to regret that I, didn't, I'm pretty sure if I kept doing only tutorials and camera reviews and stuff, I would have more subs and I'd probably be making more money too right now than if I what I'm doing right now with more vlog videos and that kind of stuff. But I just enjoy it way more. And at the end of my days, I think I'm going to be did I spend more time with my family? Did I do the things that I wanted to do? This got really serious. I'm sorry.
We're just here. We're just here listening.
We're tuned in.
Oh man. So that's I'm constantly thinking about it. And that's why I haven't been pumped about making tutorials, so I just haven't made them.
I don't know. I would say when it comes to you and I, a part of like the decision that I make when I'm deciding what to make is like what's also fun for you to edit.
Yeah.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't like to film it, then I don't like to edit it, then the resulting video is just like meh, right?
Yeah.
I want Kirk to have as much fun making it as I did shooting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why when we did tutorials, or when we still do tutorials, we try to add some extra sauce in it, right? Some graphics or some fancy whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of transitioned where I started doing like tutorials were like more mixed into like a vlog style thing. And then eventually like my favorite type of content even on YouTube to watch is vlogs. Like it's just it's unique to YouTube. You can't watch vlogs on Netflix or on TV or anywhere else. It's so unique to YouTube. It's so fascinating, I think, seeing like people's lives in a pretty like intimate way, I would say, is what vlogs are.
Yeah, we definitely don't do as many vlogs as we used to.
No.
I wish you did. Can you make more vlogs? Can you just do vlogs all the time? I love watching your vlogs.
I think it's like,
they're so good.
but it comes down to the same thing. Like, I don't know that I would enjoy making vlogs all the time.
That's true, yeah.
Because we'd
Everybody's
end up
different.
making this, I feel like we'd end up making the same vlog all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Especially right now with
could see that.
all the limitations.
Yeah, right now it's hard.
Nothing to do, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then I think about the viewers being bored. I think about Kirk being bored. It's like I have like a lot going on. I don't know what, like, describe like our typical day just like our typical day.
I'll describe it for you. Kirk comes in early, working hard. Peter comes in, distraction. Kirk's back to work. Peter comes back in, distraction. No, just kidding.
Yes.
That is accurate.
Sorry. Describe your actual day. That was a joke.
Yeah, go for it.
That is true, but in exaggeration. But yeah, I'm at the office, or my little corner of the office, right? Editing, or just trying to back up some footage, or I don't know what I'm doing. But Peter
Taking
walks
night
in.
photos or
Yeah. And then Peter walks in. He doesn't walk in. He hobbles in, I'd like to say.
Why is Peter hobbling?
yeah, he'll tell you why. Yeah.
Yeah, he just hobbles in and is like,
This is a great representation.
and then I turn around, still with my headphones on, and he starts talking, or we're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to film. I don't know what to vlog. And I'm like,
Classic
then I reach for my headphones, take it off. All right. So, yeah.
Then I'll
What
usually
do you want to do?
At that point, I'm usually on the floor by then.
Yes.
Ever since I have known you, Peter, you've always been like, I don't know what to make. I don't know what to film. I don't know what to do. And you've made how many hundreds of videos? You always figure out something.
Would you say I over exaggerate my thought process?
You dwell on your thoughts a lot, right? It's a good thing and a bad thing. It hinders you from starting something, I would say, right? Because when you vlog, you're like, oh, I'm just going to start filming. And then when you start filming, you get on this creative flow. Or like, oh, I know what to do next. But if you don't start, because you're like, this is going to be boring. The audience doesn't like this. Then you just don't start. And then 4 p.m., Peter's like, it's 4 p.m. Let's just do it tomorrow.
We'll make a tutorial tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you want a beer?
Yeah. And he's like, okay. And then we end up sitting on the island, eating chocolate, having a beer, talking about what we might do tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I think it shows that I care. Like, I care deeply about this.
Yes, you just don't hone it in.
And I'm not looking to, what do I always say? I don't want to just mail it in.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
want to make
half-ass something
I don't want to
like-
make this because I feel like I have to make this. I want to make it amazing, and I want people to watch it and feel something, and I want them to watch it and be inspired and laugh and be entertained. And if I can't feel like I can deliver that, then I'm not going to do it. And sometimes it takes me spinning around on the floor in Kirk's office with my feet up on the chair, with my hood over my face, just being like, I don't know what to do, because I get in my own way a lot.
Yes.
You do. But that's what I think, that's part of your like creative process, I think. Just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And then you're like, I don't know if you're brainstorming or something. A classic example. we're doing an Adobe brand deal trip thing, whatever, in Las Vegas, NAB, and we're in this like desert. I don't know what it, like some old town thing, like a tourist
like a ghost
spot
town.
Yeah, ghost town, sure.
There you go.
And the whole day, I mean, you're filming things, but the whole day you're like, I don't know what this video is going to be. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden you're like, I got it. Drone wars. And that was like,
You're like, what's that?
yeah. And I'm like, okay, what are we talking about here? And you came up with this idea of like, we're going to find obstacles to fly that. And it was like the most fun vlog to like, for me to at least help you with. And I think it turned out super fun and like, it was an interesting video.
Yeah, it was great.
And you just started off with like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't want it to sound like I don't have any ideas. At times I don't. It happens to everyone.
Yeah.
But I would say it's just I have an incredibly high standard and expectation of myself.
Yes.
And it's, you always have ideas. Like everybody has ideas. It's just like sometimes you're not pumped about that idea today, right? Like I'll come up with an idea. I'm like, oh, this was a really good idea. I'm going to film this tomorrow. Then I wake up the next day. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling this idea. And if I'm not feeling it, I don't want to do that. And I'll just like save it for another day. And then maybe I never make it or maybe I do. But like, I'm sure you're the same as me. You have like hundreds of ideas.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll tell them about like that list on our whiteboard.
I mean, for example, right now, that the latest video we made, that 5 mil video, I was editing for 2 weeks. The day before that video went live, we scrapped half of it. Right?
Yeah.
Because it just didn't work.
I would hate you, Peter.
Yeah.
If you did that to me if I was you.
I mean,
But I mean, that's how you make good videos in the end.
You were pumped though.
Yeah.
yeah, no, we were excited. When we watched that edit, we were like, it just doesn't work. Like we put a lot of effort into it, but it's like, it just doesn't work. Let's do something else.
Right.
We shot a whole sequence in the afternoon, edited, was happy with the cut the next day, and then just colored it and sent it.
And when I have the idea dialed, like that voiceover took what? I'm like, I should go write something. How long did that take?
It was 5 p.m. I was like, I need to finish this edit. Hey Pete, do you have that voiceover script written yet? It's 5 p.m. Like, oh, you didn't write anything yet. Not even recorded, right? So, then he went to his computer, grabbed a beer. 30 minutes later, all right, let's record something. And like, all right, and they dropped that edit. Done. Within the same hour. Like,
Yeah.
it's 5 p.m. Like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
Like, hey Pete, do you have the thing yet? I'm like, just give him a beer, and that's how the creative juices start flowing.
Do you guys have hours?
Yeah, I'd say like 9 to 6.
We are very consistent with our hours, which is very great for me.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys hear that noise? You guys can't hear. It drives me nuts. Electrical hiss is going to... Okay, Canon battery chargers. You
Oh, yeah,
You put them in.
I can't
as
hear
soon
it
as
right now.
they go full, they start making this sound and it drives me nuts. Like that's all I'm hearing right now. I'm listening to you guys and I'm hearing this electrical hiss. Oh, no. I'm sorry for...
That's okay.
I'm sorry for...
I didn't hear it.
That
Did
was
you
my
hear it?
rage
No, I
coming
didn't hear
out
that
right
one. but I know that issue
We know
right
that's
there.
it.
Yeah.
We have that same thing. What's your favorite part of the job? Just as a whole, what would you say that you enjoy most?
Everything's very unexpected and everything's very exciting. It's never the same every day.
Is it fun working for Peter?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure there's days that are...
I mean,
I'm kidding.
any job.
I'm kidding. I love him.
what's the worst part about working for me?
Everything is unexpected, and you don't know what
You
don't
never know what
yeah,
you're gonna get.
Exactly. It's the best part and the worst part,
Yeah, that's how life is.
and
though.
that's how you also love your job, right? You never
Yeah.
get bored. It's never stale.
If it was easy every day, you knew exactly. You would hate your job.
Yeah.
You would
My
hate
other
it.
job was easy, and that's why I started watching YouTube. And I was like, I want to do that, and that's how I ended up here.
Are they still plugged in?
And like part of
It's a
my
different thing hissing.
part of my thoughts too is I want him to love his job, and I want you to have the most fun that you can have every single day where they're there. And I want to challenge him. I want to challenge you. I want to give you stuff that you're not good at.
Yeah.
That you'll be super proud on when you're finished, and keep it interesting and make it so that you have a good time at work. You okay?
Yeah, it's just the hissing is bothering me so much. Anyways, sorry, did I interrupt you with my crazy eyes?
It's okay.
I was gonna say the one thing I've learned recently. I mean, it's like a cliche, but like every good thing in life comes through like hard work, sacrifice, things sucking. Like it's not easy. Anything that's really easy in life just isn't really that worth it in the end. It doesn't actually bring that much fulfillment or enjoyment in life. It's like, it's fine, but it's like the best, like you think about traveling, for example, traveling is hard. It's like, it's stressful, it's tiring. There's all these new variables, like you're saying, every day's new. You don't really know what's happening. You don't know the languages. Everything's different. Yet, like, so many of my best memories of my life are from travel, like trips, and like all those like hardships. I don't even remember them anymore. I just like, they're like, just, I don't know if you say it, do you say it in English? But in Finnish, you say it's like golden. It's like, how would you say it? Like, it's like golden now. Your memories are golden, essentially. Like it like golds over all the like the bad stuff, and you just remember it as like good things. Yeah, that's probably the same with you, eh?
With working with Peter.
It's like it's not like an easy job.
No, it wasn't. No.
It's not just like you're just chilling every day.
No, it's not. Especially when we started, it was rough. It was hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was challenging because I remember when I got hired too, I was not a good editor, right? I was hired for my strengths, which were After Effects.
Right.
And yeah, and same situation, I learned on the job. I mean, I knew how to edit.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to edit at this YouTube level of shoot same day, edit same day, deliver next day.
Gotta be done for tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, yeah.
what is that?
Yeah.
I was used to corporate world. All right, do a rough edit. You have 1 week. All right, 1 week rough edit.
I'll start on Thursday.
Yeah. Then I'll send it off to my boss. He sends it off to his boss. Like, all right, we have some notes. All right, give me the notes. Another week. All right, final deliverable. Corporate world, easy.
Yeah.
YouTube, Peter's like, here, have it done by tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm up all night. Oh, how do I get this done? And then I get in trouble because, it was rough for me. But
Going back, that was partly the reason why I hired Matt, was because I knew he could handle that part because he had done Vine and been part of this like content creation thing. And I think you guys struggled a lot more in the beginning with this, like this has to be done.
I think it
tomorrow.
also rolls into just the high expectations I have of myself.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I would pass those along to him and be like, I expect the same.
And then you wanted like visual effects or something like that, and that takes a lot of time. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I understand like what's practical and what's not. Like I wouldn't be like give me custom titles and Iron Man graphics by end of day. I get that takes time, and if he needed a couple extra days to do it, if I could swing it, I would do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It would be hard for anybody because I'm basically saying like, be me, be inside my head, anticipate what I'm going to ask, like know what my expectations are, edit as if you are me, and like, be me in the timeline. And that's hard for someone who's not you and who's just coming on. Now we're at the point where I can film things like that drumming video. I was doing some like drum paradiddle stuff on like my thighs with the sticks, and I came upstairs and he showed me a rough cut, and I was like, before he even showed me, I was like, oh, use the pattern I was playing on my sticks while I'm talking. And he's like, I know why you filmed it that way, and it was done.
Yeah.
Do we got any good stories from travels or from office antics?
there's a lot.
You got any that stick out?
First weekend of working here, I borrowed your one wheel, broke my wrist.
I'm not responsible.
You are not.
Waiver had been signed.
It was off hours. It was not at the office.
It was not a work requirement, even though it kind of is to be able to ride.
Kind of a work requirement, right?
Yeah.
Got to be able to ride these things.
Yeah, man. You got to be able to ride one wheel. That's so funny.
What do you think?
I'm sorry that happened to you.
What do you think you guys are going to be doing in like 5 years from now?
I don't know. Like we talk about that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like we love coming up with crazy concepts and ideas and plans for the future and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Like I didn't know where I would be 5 years ago. We're like here now. I don't know where I'll be in 2 years. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of guy that makes plans ahead of time. I just kind of see where the cards fall and I just play the hand that I get and manipulate it if it doesn't work for me.
So you always get what you... I don't know who said it recently, but they're like, I'm not really... There's somebody that... It was like a very logical... Somebody that I was like, this guy's like legit. And he was like, oh, I don't really make like plans for the future. And I've always thought that that's like, it's interesting that in society, people, usually if somebody's like, oh, I don't have any plans for the future, it's like, well, you're going to be like a screw up. You're not going anywhere. But then like when he said that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's an interesting, like to have that sort of like you're saying, like you don't really know. And I think that's what you have to kind of have to do nowadays, because things happen that you can't see. Technology changes so fast. New platforms happen, new trends, new things all the time. You can't plan for that stuff. Like you couldn't have planned for 5 million subscribers in 3 years. That's not.
I think like, yeah, we don't get too deep into it. We want to do more pirate stuff.
That's always fun.
We want to do like more travel, more films, documentary ideas.
Dying to travel.
Yeah.
Just dying.
But yeah, I don't think we have any plans of stopping, just expanding and doing more of what makes us happy and what we know we're good at, less of what we think is expected of us. And it took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Because, I would make videos that I thought people wanted more so than what I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And that would then yield work for you that wasn't exciting.
Yeah.
And videos for me that weren't
for
good.
you too, yeah. It's funny how that's a really common trap that I think probably every YouTuber, myself included, you start thinking about like, how do I keep this growth going or whatever? What do they want to see? And you start making that content instead of in the beginning, you're just like, what do I want? Oh, this would be cool. And you make that and people love you for that, for like your creativity and for just you being you. And then it's easy to lose that and be like, well, I'll just make what they want me to make kind of thing.
Would you say that happens a lot when we're making stuff?
Yeah. And then after a video's uploaded, like, oh, I thought people would love this, but like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, people do, but not as much as you thought they would.
Right.
Right. And then that sucks. And like, oh.
Yeah, you went through all that pain.
Yeah.
Then you thought it was going to be a banger video. And then it's like.
Then you're kind of like deflated to make something else.
Yeah. Like, I'm never going to do this again.
I'm curious, you as an editor, does it affect you? Do you ever look at his numbers or anything like that? Like if a video does bad, does that affect you?
Yes, because it's still my work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's still Peter McKinnon, but it's also my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't take it as personally as he does.
Right.
But yes, I do get affected, but not by the numbers. It's just like the comments if people hate it or people love it, right? But yeah.
It's such a weird thing how like even though I don't think any of us care about numbers that much, but all it takes is like a week of like videos just not doing below average views, for example. And you're just like,
well, I'm done.
Yeah, well, this is...
May as well just delete this.
I suck.
Yeah.
Clearly nobody wants to watch. Meanwhile, it's like you're 300,000 views on your video and you're like, well, this is the end. I suck.
It's all over.
Better hope the billiards picks up. Which, by the way, he's in it with me.
Oh, yeah.
Are you who's better at
We're
you two
training.
right now?
We're training together.
Who's better?
He's of the games we've played. He's won more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys should have.
He's Filipino.
Can you do this? Can you guys?
It's in my blood.
Used to
It's
do
in his
this.
blood.
We used to do this with my friend. Start doing like a tally of like wins and keep track of that. I want to see at what point or like what.
I don't
like,
even. It's not even about that.
No, it is about that.
Do you want
to
to get as good as I want to get?
I don't know. You're just dragging me into this like rabbit hole.
You have no
right?
choice.
When Peter gets obsessed, he drags me into that because
That's how it is. Yeah.
But it's worked out.
yeah, right. We're here 2 years later, still kicking.
I mean, can you complain if you get to take breaks during the day and play pool?
I mean, exactly, right?
I dragged this guy into like pocket knives, and now he's just as obsessed as I am.
Super deep into it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But yeah, the pool thing. It's like, all right, I'm working on edit. Hey, come watch pool with me. I'm like, but I'm working on an edit. Like, no, take a break.
I'm your boss.
Take a break, come have a beer, and let's watch Efren Reyes just destroy these people.
But the video,
But
I
you
need to
said
finish.
I was supposed to finish this video.
Yeah, I can wait. But we won't
That's how it is right now because we're still waiting for the pool table. But once that's in, it's like, we'll just take a break. Let's play a few games. I bet the whole day, one whole day, we'll be just playing.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll
I'm
probably
sure.
just end up saying like race to 3. And
That'll be just your vlog or something like that,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Being a boss is weird though too. There's like that, like you guys have like a creative like collaboration, but then there's also the like you pay him, you're his boss, and that leads to like weird. I remember like there's moment I hate when like if Matt made it, like it didn't happen too often, but like Matt makes a mistake and you're like, oh, I have to have a boss talk of like this can't happen. Like,
Yeah.
how can we solve this? Kind of, I hated those.
Yeah,
like,
that sucks because like we're buddies.
Yeah.
Like, I know people are like, oh, don't become friends with your employees. I have one employee. Get out of here. We're friends.
Yeah.
Like I care about his family. I care
yeah.
about his well-being. I care about his happiness.
Yeah.
I care about his hobbies. I want to encourage those hobbies. And I could, whatever, if that's your advice and you're out there, well, it's not going to work. F off. Don't care. This is how we're doing it and it's working. And yeah, it's way better. And we don't really have, I'd say when we were starting off and we didn't have that friendship and relationship and that base that we do now, that's when it was a little more like boss, employee, like, hey man, these edits need to be done and on time or whatever. But now, like, I know that I distract him. I don't take it as seriously as far as like, it's not the end of the world if it goes up tomorrow instead of today, which makes his life easier. So now we just have a good time.
Yeah, we do what we do and they just have fun.
Yeah, that's like the principle. It's like, are we both enjoying it?
Yeah.
And if we're not, then we're doing something wrong.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's
And it's probably not his fault. It's probably ultimately mine. So
yeah, as the boss,
my responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. My leg is stinging so much right now. I think the bandage came off. I need to go into the bathroom, take my pants off, and put more tape on my wound.
Do you know how many people just like they're listening to the podcast and they're like, "Oh, my battery died.
Yeah.
What happened to the podcast?"
Yeah, I really wanted to. I really got to pee, and my wound. I gotta go.
I was judging by your face. Like,
Yeah.
can we just end this? Because like I'm kind of done.
Sorry.